Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely Cellini Jewelers 40th anniversary A Lange Sohne 1815 up-down, white gold and 39 millimeters. This is the timepiece that was released in late 2016 for the 40th anniversary of New York jeweler and Lange dealer Cellini. The timepiece is glorious as it recaps the white lacquer dial from previous Cellini Anniversary Editions, creating an unusual aesthetic for a Lange watch, as Lange lacquer dials are about as rare as Lange enamel dials. We rarely see them. 39 millimeters, the watch is also quite flat at 9.2 millimeters thick. You can see it in proportion on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It wears well. It's a modern men's dress size. 3940 is the new standard. Lug-to-lug, it measures a very agreeable 45.8 millimeters, and the space between the lugs is 20 millimeters. The watch is substantial and thoughtfully designed. That starts with the watch itself and continues through the accessories. As you can appreciate, there is a large rectangular scale matte finish alligator leather strap in black with a monotone stitch, a folded edge. There's calfskin in black to match on the underside, and you can see this is a new Lange factory strap. Jump into the pin buckle itself. It's white gold to match the case, and it's a handsome piece. This is a clever component. So you have a handsome polished fastening on the outside, a deep Lange marquee on the top, and then two features that I adore. You have an elevated bridge over the two pins of the buckle itself that allows the strap to sit inside the buckle when it's on your wrist so it stays flat. There's also a retaining bar for those of you who, like me, are going to use that smallest hole or even punch a smaller hole. When you buckle a watch down tightly, sometimes you get pinned on the pin, so to speak. So this retaining bar internally allows a small wrist to wear the watch without concern that it may become an inextricable encumbrance. Jumping back to the case, you can see it is a handsome blend of lateral satin finish and polish. There's a double step to the bezel, and the bezel is entirely of high polish. It has a vertical portion and a domed portion. This is a distinctive component. And you can see that the flank, which is satin finished, is actually somewhat raised from the case center. So there are a few layers of case, starting at the bezel, continuing at the joint between bezel and case, and then extending to the case band. As always with Lange timepieces, there's a sharp break between the lug itself and the case band, which makes for a nice contrast, as well as a distinct character line on each of the four corners. You have satin finish mid-case polished lugs with a little bit of a bevel, and then the bezel itself is of a domed profile. Turn over to the crown side, you can see it is a Lange branded crown. Roll over to the dial, and I said it was lacquer, and it delivers everything you expect of lacquer. A glossy, bottomless gleam, almost like enamel. And this watch does have the look of Lange pocket watches from the 19th century with their enamel dials. You know it's an 1815 because the Lange 1815 watches have Arabic numerals. Remember, Roman numerals is Richard Lange, and then the stick indices, the Saxonia. Lovely, blued, alpha-style hands, pinched at their center, considerably more elegant than Dauphine. There are two different, I should say probably three different planes to this dial. You have the sub-registers sunken below the cannon pinion at center. You have a center dial disc, and then you have a hour track and a minute track outboard with a railroad-style minutes track for easy reading. There's a mini railroad for the second sub-dial. As you can see, a few well-chosen splashes of red, the end of the power reserve, and Arabic numeral 40, I should say. Reminding you that this is the Cellini 40th edition, made in Germany as ever. Turn it all over. By the way, I should mention that there is a stop seconds function, so you can set your watch precisely. Turn it all over, and, well, this is where most Lange watches seal the deal. If you loved the dial, you're going to fall absolutely head over heels with the case back. This is a Lange Sohne manufacturer caliber L0512. Manual wind, 21/6 beat rate, adjusted in chronometer style, 5 positions. It has a 72-hour power reserve, and it is gloriously formed. Of course, this is a movement that is entirely hand-finished, beaten away at 21/6 and pivoting on 29 joules, water-resistant down to 30 meters, so it's not an aquatic watch, but let's count some of the aesthetic virtues. First, we have a lovely swan's neck style pocket watch-inspired click spring. You'll also appreciate satin graining on the wheels, as well as stripes, glasuta stripes, across the 3/4 style bridge, and for that matter, we have a 3/4 style bridge with the barrel and the entire train under one bridge. That's evocative of pocket watch design. The movement has a golden hue to it because there is a German silver alloy used. Not actually silver, it's a nickel copper zinc alloy with the copper giving it that golden tone. Blued screws, all fire annealed to create that blue color. You also have black polished screws for some of the peripheral components that are actually used in the adjustment to the mechanism, as well as the case clamp screws, black polished swan's neck regulator, black polished cap for the escape wheel, and then chaton holding the pivot jewels. This is a nod to the era when machining wasn't quite precise enough to create an aperture and then press a jewel directly into a bridge or a plate. Back in the old days, you would create a rough machining, a precision chaton, put the jewel in the chaton, and then insert that and fix it to the plate with the screws. You also have a freehand engraved half bridge for the balance, mirrored anglage on the edge of the half bridge as well as the 3/4 bridge, and then engine turned perlage on the base plate. Manna from heaven to watch enthusiasts. Entirely hand finished inside and out, and one of only 40 made, the A Lange Sohne 1815 up-down Cellini.